Hey everybody, Joe Lowry, what a day. Happy Wednesday out there. That's right, it's hump day. And as I like to call it, the week's middle finger. That's right, we're halfway to the weekend, folks, so enjoy this hump day. All right, just want to real quickly say happy Law Enforcement Day out there to all my brothers and sisters in blue. Thank you for your service. All right, with 8 teams remaining in the NFL playoffs, there was an interesting piece that came out today that pitted some of the ideal matchups for the Super Bowl. I'm not going to get into all the scenarios, but a couple did stand out. You ready? Here we go. Patriots versus Cowboys. This would be, quote-unquote, a freaking ratings bonanza for CBS. Quite possibly the two biggest high-profile teams in the NFL right now, but experts fear that New England would actually blow out Dallas. Wow, okay. Number 2, Patriots versus Eagles. This would mark the only second time in the NFL in which two teams met in back-to-back Super Bowls, and this would be especially intriguing because Philly is once again led by that crazy quarterback Nick Foles, whatever, while the Patriots are trying to bolster their incredible legacy. Highly unlikely, though, because the Eagles, well, they're about to get grounded, folks, by the New Orleans Saints this weekend. All right, so moving on. Patriots, Saints. That's probably the key one I'd love to see. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, two of the most accomplished quarterbacks in the NFL history. You'd have an interesting dynamic there with New England chasing its 6th Lombardi trophy. And as for the Saints, well, it'd almost be a home game as they're only 400 miles away from Atlanta. And one other interesting matchup would hit the Kansas City Chiefs versus the LA Rams. When they met during the regular season, the two most lethal offensive teams in NFL history combined for 105 points. The first ever game in which both teams scored 50 points. But as they say, and Bill Belichick says, defense wins championships. So I even doubt we'll even see this one. All right. Moving on, the new year is upon us. There always seems to be a lot going on and a lot to keep up with. But here's a list of current things that I'm going to try and keep up with to entertain you guys. All right, we're on the road to WrestleMania. As you can see behind me here, I got belts. I am a wrestling fanatic, always have been. Now, WWE's Super Bowl of Wrestling is fast approaching, coming up on April 9th in New Jersey. And with WWE programming kicking off this past Monday, ratings, all that good stuff, it's just going to be entertaining from here on out. So plan on some good Raw and SmackDown live shows, as well as some interesting pay-per-views. All right, the NFL playoffs. We are into the second round of the playoffs, so with high-profile teams like the Patriots, Cowboys, and Saints all still in it, it should be an exciting postseason, so that should be good. Number 3, award season. On the heels of the Golden Globes this past Sunday, we are officially in that time of year, awarding the best in entertainment and music. Now, although there are a plethora of award shows coming out, there are a few notables that are coming up. And next coming up is the Critics' Choice Award on January 13th. The Directors Guild Awards on February 2nd, and of course the Grammy Awards, musically Grammy Awards on February 10th, and the Independent Film Awards on February 23rd. That usually takes place on Oscar Eve, which in this case does, as the 91st Academy Awards takes place Sunday, February 24th. And also personally, I'll be involved with some area wrestling promotions. Just of last month, I was involved with Top Rope Promotions. Now, coming up this later on, I'll be involved with New England All-Star Wrestling as they'll be coming to Randolph on March 2nd. And headlining the card will be WWE Hall of Famer and former Intercontinental Champion Jeff Jarrett. And hopefully I'll be involved in some aspect or another. Also within the next month or so, I'll be ring announcing for the Brawl for It All event in Rhode Island. In case you're not aware where Brawl for It All is a night of USA-sanctioned boxing in which boxers and fighters settle their grudges in the ring instead of on the street. Now, these are real people, folks, with real gripes against one another, and instead of hitting the streets with violence, this route is more healthy. Now, this concept was developed and produced by Jared Tillinghast, who is a former undefeated pro boxer, as well as a 27-time Gold Glove champion. He has appeared on Crime Town, which is the #1 podcast in the country on iTunes. Now, Jared has worked with inner-city youth and gang members through his foundation, Fighting for a Chance. Jared's also been elected to the Boxing Hall of Fame New England region, and the concept of Brawl for It All has gained national attention and even had its own reality TV show at one point. Now, the date for the next show is being finalized as we speak, but most likely it'll be sometime late February, early March. Do stay tuned for that as well. Okay, locally, the Indiana Pacers come to town and play the Celtics at TD Garden. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. Bruins winners last night over the Minnesota Wild 4-0. They look for another win tomorrow night as they host the Stanley Cup champs Washington Capitals face-off at 7 o'clock. And finally, actor-comedian Kevin Hart officially put an end to his Oscar hosting gig, saying it's over. And it's over. That's right, can't get any more affirmative than that. With the awards about a month and a half away, the Academy is now searching for literally a last-minute host. Some rumored big names range from Kate McKinnon to Melissa McCarthy, The Rock Dwayne Johnson. Previous hosts such as Billy Crystal and Tom Hanks have popped up, and one entertainment news source even suggested that not even having a host. Either way, it's official. Kevin Hart is out as the host of the Academy Awards. Well, that's going to do it for me, folks, on this hump day. Don't forget to visit my YouTube and my What a Day Facebook pages as well. Just type in the search engine, Joe Lowry What a Day, on all social media platforms. All you have to do is just hit like, subscribe, or follow. Boom, it's free. You're in, it's free. I hope everyone has a good rest of their Wednesday. I'm Joe Lowry. What a day.